we kind of knew something was going to happen 12 hours before. So it seems like they caught Iran off guard. But I don't think necessarily that Netanyahu was expecting Iran to hit him that hard as they did these last couple of days. And I think that's when Netanyahu started to get a little bit of cold feet. And we got news reports of, him asking the U.S. to get involved, which Trump said, we're okay for now, we're not going to. They also asked Trump, if they can get the green light to knock out the Ayatollah and assassinate him, which the U.S. said, no, we're not giving you the green light for that. So I think Netanyahu is biting off a little bit more than he can chew. He's had a lot of history fighting non-state actors, Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas. These guys are not, sovereign countries. And Iran is a regional power. Not as strong as Israel, but they're far away. And so I think this will only go on for a couple weeks. Unless the Israelis are successful in dragging the U.S. into this war, which, post-Iraq, post-Afghanistan, I don't think most Americans want, unless there's some huge Pearl Harbor 9/11 PSYOP situation that gets us in it. But that's my take on it.
I would like to disagree.
Just one comment, please, Dr. Adams. Just one comment to what you said. So mostly you were correct, but actually the response of Iran was overestimated, not underestimated. We expected way more. Actually, they woke up all of Israel at 3 a.m. the day of the attack, telling them to prepare for shelter, and then nothing happened within 18 hours. And then what they did, they launched those 100 missiles every time. And regarding the second point that you said about Israel asking permission, Israel does not need to ask permission from the United States to assassinate the head of state. This is something that we've never done before, as far as I remember. This requires our parliament approval, not the United States. Regarding the other thing, asking the United States to go in, yes, for this, of course, we need the United States permission because it's their army, it's their decision. But they're not our daddy that we need to ask their permission.
So, Daniel, I just want to say something. Somebody commented on what they presume to be the thoughts and emotions of the American public, and especially indigenous-born American public. I'm not talking about, first-generation swiping green cards. Okay, a good majority of us people, look at this situation, and like I asked the question earlier today, the technology worked in Hiroshima. I think Israel needs to utilize that in Gaza and needs to utilize it over in Iran. So when you look at the average temperament of American citizens, we don't give a fuck about no damn Palestinian children crying in the street. We don't give a fuck about anybody in Iran that's getting blown out of an apartment building. We don't care. We simply do not care. So at the end of the day, why go there and fight when we can press a button? Hiroshima time, Nagasaki as a motherfucker. So at the end of the day, excuse me, you sound like you lost your virginity to a fucking petting zoo animal. Why don't you go stir your curry in your damn feet and wrap your mother's hijab around your neck? So as I was saying, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why nobody cares. Blow them into their fucking mud hut. Teach them how to speak English. Okay, teach them how to speak English and teach them how to stop fucking petting zoo animals like this Mohammed pedophile supporter down there.
Wow. Yeah, so Adams, I think you want us to join this war is what I'm hearing.
Bro, can I respond to Adams?
All right, go ahead. I just said they want to respond to Adams. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, Adams, it's Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Excuse me. I'm not addressing no Hamdu Alam goat butt fucker, okay? So at the end of the day, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I don't like you people. I don't like you people. I think that you're scum and you belong to a death cult.
All right, don't address Adams. Do you have something to talk about the topic, whoever that was, please?
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why he's attacking me, but I was just corrected. It's Hiroshima, not Hiroshima. Anyways, I think the American public does care about. If he does not care, that's his problem. And if he's talking about like green card holders, we're seeing Americans born and raised 5th generation, 7th generations in the streets of Los Angeles and many other states. with the Palestinian flags. So if that
Paid actors. I live in Los Angeles, and you don't sound like you were born and raised here. Excuse me, Curry Police. So again, at the end of the day, I live. Yeah, one American, Mike. Americans speak first. Americans speak first. Americans speak first. So again, you don't live in LA, you're not from here. You don't even sound like you even swiped your visa. You probably ran across the desert in the middle of the night with a turban on your head like them dirty, dusty-footed, illegal-ass Mexicans. So somebody who lives here, okay, the people who are in those streets are paid disruptors. They're paid disruptors, and they're also not American. So try again. Nice try, dude.
Matt,
I
can
don't
you
know what
please
he's like.
moderate? Please moderate
I don't know what
his
it's like.
change.
Damn, that boy on one today.
Honestly, I don't know why he's interrupting, but one thing I want to say is at least my ancestors were not brought on ships.
Hey, shut your bitch ass up.
Hey, and at least my current bloodline is not ducking missiles. Not dusting, excuse me, Compton cotton picker. You see, Black America, this is why you don't need to, this is why Black America does not need to sit here and have camaraderie for these racist, dusty, foot-cooking, petting zoo, butt-fucking ass air.
Where's your master is wild work. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, turn his mic down, bro, please.
Like,
Let's
he
get
literally
back on
called
topic.
me a
Hey, turn them missiles up. Turn them missiles up. I heard your grandmama's ducking missiles, bitch.
Yes.
Your master boy.
Hey, you
Chill
don't
for a
scream.
second. We're gonna go to a different mic now. Just moving on. Who else wants to go? Besides
I would like to speak just very briefly.
Okay, business is going. Business is going. Don't
Of
talk.
course they don't mind going. Y'all take turns fucking petting zoo animals.
Go ahead.
Yo,
business.
You're the only one behaving uncivilized. Like,
Like dead ass. Like,
Who's being uncivilized? Excuse me. Why'd you shut your British ass up? Did you wash your British dirty ass teeth?
Okay,
shut the fuck up, faggot.
Business is gonna talk. Business is gonna talk. Go for it.
Thank you. I hope this black monkey can shut up for 2 seconds, right?
thank you.
Wow.
I'm an American. Listen, I'm an American, right? And the truth is, we stand with Israel. We stand with Iran. My apologies. So we stand with Iran.
Freudian slip.
The world. Listen, go back to your master, okay? You
Green card got you. Your green card got you. Thank you. Black people. Yep.
Don't address Adam's.
You're like a woman, bro.
Stick on topic.
You're too
Let's
emotional.
please tell this house nigga to shut
Tony.
up.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Thank you. So Iran is going to be, they already have, and they're going to continue to show the world, right, that Israel and America for the last 20 to 40 years have been, there's an illusion of how strong they really are, right? And we've seen it with, first it was Hamas.
Oh, we got
showing us. Oh my God, buddy, can you just shut up? We've seen Hamas show us.
First of all, what you're not going to do is you're not going to tell no white woman to shut up. Okay, those are our women. Okay, worry about your hijab, freaking turban-wearing, pork-eating bitches. Don't you dare talk and sit here and talk shit to no white woman. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? You better watch your tongue, Gaddafi. You better watch your mouth, Gaddafi. You're not going to sit up in here and talk to our women like that.
Shut the fuck up,
They couldn't even beat Hamas. In 2 years, they couldn't beat Hamas. They're supposed to beat Iran now. This is ridiculous.
That's what's funny. It was first Hamas that showed us the fact that, they can't even defeat a militia group, a very small, weak militia group. And it's been 2 years and they still can't get over Hamas. And they're apparently the world's strongest army in the world, right? This was the first illusion, and people started to realize that Israel is actually fucking weak. That was number one. You have to keep in mind the Jews were kicked out of every country. They've never been historically strong at all. Never, right? So now they realize, okay, they can't even defeat Hamas. Then it was America bombing the Houthis, and with Israel as well. They realized they couldn't defeat what you call the Houthis, their missiles. It's still continuing to target Israel as we speak. And these are like not even strong military armies, right? These are just militia groups. So now you guys are gonna really see, and this is a global reset that's gonna happen right now. And because every empire falls, right? America took the empire from the UK, and now America's falling, and everybody knows this. And it's a global reset, and we're gonna see the next empire, which I believe will be Russia, will be Iran, and will be China, with Pakistan as well, right? And the world, and you guys are gonna realize of how weak
Fuck
Israel is,
Pakistan.
right? You have to realize that the Israeli people are not built to get continuously bombed. The Yemens could handle that. The Palestinians can handle that, right?
Why are you
The
supporting?
Iranian can handle that. But the Israelis,
Why are you
just see them crying on
Shut the fuck up.
Why are you supporting the IRGC?
Shut the fuck
Why
up.
are you supporting the IRGC? Why are you supporting the
one last
IRGC?
point.
Why are you supporting this? You that dumb fucker.
Can I say
Listen,
one
you
last
dirty,
point?
smelly.
Listen, let me say one last point, and you guys can have fun all night, right? My last point is, right, they keep talking about, these Muslim women with the hijab, but black people, your women are naked, shaking their ass on music videos. And you guys can't even control your women. At least our women are covered, right? Your women act like monkeys.
Hold on. I know that this pork chewing Sam monkey isn't saying shit to us. You and your pork chewing Sam monkey. Yeah, y'all fucking inbred. Y'all fucking. Even worse with your big dusty ass pirate freaking of the Caribbean ass forehead. The fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? You in Africa were having sex with fucking monkeys and spread AIDS to the rest of the world, and you have the damn nerve to talk shit about black women? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Can you get a new mic?
What did it bring back?
All y'all African motherfuckers.
All right. We're back. Gildas, you're up. You were trying to get in there.
All I was just saying is, wow. Black men can't keep our women clothed. Woo! I mean, I know where you're coming from with that. That's some hot shit to say. I guess it's on Adams to respond to that shit.
You need to learn how to control your blacks, Matt. Matt, control these fucking apes are acting out and they're ruining.
Woo! All right, now hold on, Pepe. Not too much on this, Pepe.
Not too much on the blacks, Pepe.
Don't let Pepe off the lead. But damn, we can't keep no clothes on our women. We twerking. We pointing our rectum up to the sky. Woo! I don't know what to say.
Does anyone
Wait, hold on. You got this dirty ass turban wearing Arab down in the chat calling me a coon. Like, what the fuck is that? You are a pork chewing camel sodomizer. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You fuck petting zoo animals. Do you wear condoms with that petting zoo animal? Because we know that you're fucking Somali and probably giving the camel aid.
Hey, my Somali brother's gonna kick your ass.
Oh my god.
Oh lordy.
Okay, guys. Like,
Gildas, bring us back to some.
yeah, like let's try to at least get it back to the.
Tell us to stop playing the victim card for us Ethiopians get on his ass.
Shut your ass up, trainee Tony. You sitting up in here crying and shit, talking about, you call me a porch monkey, because you are a fucking porch monkey.
Yikes. Look, I am praying.
Sarah's talking. Oh my god. Wow, you guys we were all doing so good and it just kind of got off the rails. Let's go, guys. Sarah, you're saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's reset the room, guys. We were having a very nice conversation. Adams, it's too early. It's like too early. I know why you got upset at him, but just we moved him to the audience. But
It's
I think
1
we should
o'clock.
continue. Damn, man, it's too early.
Demon time.
It's too early for this, Adams.
Adams was ready to go. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I know where you're coming from, brother. I heard him do it to you, so I get it. Sometimes you gotta let it fly on the app. It is what it is. As long as y'all not threatening each other, it is par for the course. It's intellectual combat up in this motherfucker, and I got a front row seat.
This dude started it. He can't play victim after that.
So, has anyone heard from that prince in Iran that was making the rounds about, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago?
Oh, thank God. Saved by a white woman. Hello, Holly.
Hey, who everybody loves. You know, what's up with him? Has he been heard?
He's said in the past he doesn't even really want to be the leader of Iran. I know a lot of people in Iran who they either want to reform the current government or they want something new, but I don't think they figured out what that new thing is. That prince is kind of just a figurehead, but doesn't actually want to be involved.
You don't think?
I'm waiting for them to. I mean, they have a kind of a perfect opportunity to have a revolution right now. 100 million people in that country, by the way.
Well,
right? You would think they're at their weakest right now, but I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Do you think that prince in cahoots with other international leaders like Netanyahu and maybe even us? I don't know, but do you think that there has been a play? Like, do you think that that he's maybe involved somehow in what's transpiring, like to help destabilize?
I'll tell you.
I just noticed he was like kind of making the rounds, like he was, you were seeing him more.
Yeah, he's making a lot of public statements and he's saying stuff, but that guy's been doing that for years, and anytime something pops off, he does this. I'm thinking right now, there was a report today that the U.S. Denied Israel's request to assassinate the Ayatollah. Now, this could be like the similar report we heard earlier about Trump telling Israel not to attack Iran, but he had later admitted that was just a kind of a ploy.
Do we know if that's a bulletproof diaper sitting on his head? Is that a bulletproof diaper sitting on his head? Ayatollah. No, I'm talking about Ayatollah. He got a whole diaper on his head.
I'll post the source. I'll post the source to them trying to kill the Ayatollah and Trump saying no. I'll put that in the chat right here. There's a report that came out today. This could actually be another one of those false, purposely false statements, though. They could actually try to kill this guy. Yeah, this could just be a trick. But we'll see what happens.
So what is it about the people in Iran where they have these leaders where they're just so feminine? You got the Arabs wearing muumuus and freaking rags on their head. Then you got the Iranians. You got the Ayatollah that's wearing a whole diaper on his head. So what were the women and the men thinking? What were the women and the men thinking in those countries when they thought that these leaders dressed up in Halloween costumes should be running?
Can I make a point? Like, you're just ruining the caliber of this discussion. Thank you. So, I was gonna say to Jack, like, the talks of...
And many people feel like you're ruining London.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Okay, great. I love ruining London. So, basically, it is, like, the regime is in a vulnerable position, so it would be a good time for a revolution, but it seems like the attacks have actually united the Iranians more than anything. And, when you, like... a lot of the commentators have been talking about a lot of Iranians, like, sort of rallying behind the regime, sort of in, like, this, even the ones who were not very sort of pro-regime,
Are you Muslim or are you Iranian? I'm trying to understand. Why are you trying to tell that Iranian that are not pro-regime are behind the regime? Because that
I'm not saying all of them, obviously not. But
that is absolutely horseshit. Because
Sarah, you're strawmanning me.
No. Listen, Iranians. If you're Iranian, I'll shut up, let you talk. If you're not Iranian, you're not gonna be pro.
No, but I can read.
I can spread out lies. I can read. You can read because you're a Muslim Arab.
Dude, I'm anti-regime. What are you on about?
Are you Iranian?
I'm not Iranian, but I'm someone who can read, and I'm also anti-regime.
You can read because you're Arab. Arabic is...
I'm anti-Iranian regime. Are you stupid?
You can read. It doesn't mean you can understand.
Sarah, look, don't be emotional, please. Let me just make a very neutral
you have
point.
To source. Otherwise, you're not going to lie and say people are behind.
How am I lying? I'm literally telling you what I read.
Bring the source.
I've heard
bring the source.
I'll bring the source, Sarah.
Bring the source.
I'm just saying, if you want to revolt, you gotta do it themselves. What she's saying is
That's what good one reported was.
I've heard so many Iranians, this is just anecdotal, come on here and express that they love Israel, that they want Israel to make a move.
That is true, Holly. And
I don't know what's true. Okay.
And no, that's true. Listen, let me make a very clear point, guys. If you protest in Iran anti-regime, they're gonna kill you. But right now, the regime will allow you to protest. They'll pay you to go protest anti-Israel in the streets. Where's the fucking protest? They cannot even gather their own people to show the world that we have people who are anti this attack. So no, do not spread propaganda.
But your people haven't spread any blood for this revolution. I mean, seriously, 100 million Iranians, and they want us to save them. They need to start the revolution. You need to start the revolution from your own country. We have 100 million Iranians in Iran, and there's no fucking revolution right now. I'm starting to believe. I'm not sure if they really want to spill blood for freedom. I'm not convinced.
Bro, can you?
Nah, they don't.
You do that for us? Do you really believe that?
I'm starting to believe that, man. Honestly, it's been decades and decades.
She made that up. They don't.
Bro, you think Iranian people does not spread blood? We do. Every fucking day we do. We don't like this, but we don't have a choice. We don't have a fucking choice.
Where's a million Iranians? Where are they revolting? I don't see that shit. Do it.
Bro, they do. They do. You don't see them. I live in Iran. You don't see them because they're
you guys need to get off Clubhouse and do this shit in the streets. Let us show the world you want a fucking freedom.
Bro, listen, we do. They just ran off us with a tank.
We don't see anything about Iranians getting run over by a fucking tank because you guys aren't in the streets like that, bro.
Bro, you don't see it because they don't show.
Who gives a fuck what
you show me? You show me. So you show me.
The thing. Who cares what some guy on Clubhouse saw or didn't see? Like, why are you trying to justify yourself to this random dude?
I mean, I'm just saying that they're talking about freedom and they're dragging other countries in. I mean, you're saying how dangerous
his country is at war.
Wait, their regime is dangerous to the world, right? They're dangerous to the world, and they want freedom. Well, let's fucking go. You have 100 million fucking people, man.
You want to stop over talking now, Jack? That would be nice. Let them talk.
Yeah, go ahead. You're right.
Thank you.
Well, fuck you, Norm, but you're right.
I'll pass on your offer, but I'm glad you're being
not too much on Norm. Not too much on Norm.
Look at Norm being prudent. Good job.
Not too much on Norm. Not too much on Norm.
I just want to offer this very quickly, and I'll back out. I know you guys are gonna, finish your combat, but I've been on the app for 5 years, and Compton Cotton Picker is probably the greatest fucking. That shit was good. Whoever said that, I know we're supposed to be against the Muslims here, but whoever said that shit is a funny ass slur.
I can't say I disagree.
For those making the ingenuous, blatantly dishonest charge that Israel started with Iran, or that America decided to take, you probably don't remember when the president of Iran came to this country, to America, for the United Nations, Ahmadinejad, on September 22nd, and said that he wants to engulf big state, and that's America, that's you and me, and the little state, that's Israel, in a ball of fire. The ball of fire is a nuclear bomb. Yeah, that happened. They probably don't remember when Iran took over our embassy, killed our diplomat, and then held the remainder as hostage. You don't remember the Marine bombing of 1983, but we do. And you didn't know that in the past year and a half, Iran has attacked American assets 170 times. No, this didn't start 4 days ago with Israel. You love saying that October 7th didn't start on October 7th, but then you forget how many times Iran has attacked U.S. assets. Never mind the thousands of missiles fired at Israel by the Houthis, an Iranian proxy, and Hezbollah, American proxy, and when Hamas is also an Iranian proxy. You guys very easily forget the fact of what started it, and believe me, it wasn't Israel. Israel's fighting defensively.
Poor innocent Israel. Oh, what are we gonna ever do? Whatever will they do?
Oh, here goes the monkey symphony. Here goes the monkey Kanye symphony over here.
Here goes the monkey. Oh, poor Israel having to subject themselves to infringing upon the Gazans. Oh,
Concrete, did you go back to work yet?
Oh, no.
What's going on?
I'm at the gym, bro. What are you talking about?
I hope that's on a Jewish-owned gym.
You said some deplorable stuff about you don't care about Gazan kids getting killed. What kind of Christian are you, bro? Like, please tell me.
Why do I care? Why do I care? Why do I care?
Because you're a human being.
Why do I care? Why do I care? Why do I care? This is the same man. This is the same man that sits in a room that talks about, transgender people, LGBT people, saying that they should put them into the oven, and you're expecting anybody to sit here and cry foul because I'm saying I don't give a fuck about some kids 7,000 miles away? Are you crazy?
So now you're gonna lie about me just so that
you crazy?
Defend your.
Who's lying about you, Concrete? Who's lying about you?
Okay.
Who's lying about you? You want to be all the way honest up in this bitch, Concrete? Yeah, okay. Let me ping them trans women up into the room. Let me ping them trans women up into the room. Yes.
Go ahead. You evil demon. Go ahead. Bring the witness. Just because you want to see kids die, you want to bring me down with you?
I didn't say I wanted to see kids die. You're the one that said that. You're the one that said that. So instead of saying fuck the Jews and criticizing Israel, why don't you tell those kids' parents to stop throwing missiles at Israel? So you're the one that actually wants to see them kids die. You're the one that actually wants to see them kids die. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Aren't you pro-abortion, Concrete? Aren't you pro-abortion, Concrete? You worry about kids dying. Aren't you pro-choice? Aren't you the pro-choice? Okay, are people running up into the abortion clinic and killing babies? So why don't you worry about that in America instead of critiquing Jews about doing what Jewish people need to do to protect their homeland? Why don't you worry about Americans aborting babies in abortion clinics since you care so much about children, right? Right? Because your nappy-headed, banana-eating, flat-footed ass don't give a fuck about no damn kids. Woo!
Did you say Bob Gatlin? I take that to be an advocation for children dying.
Why don't you sit in front of the abortion clinics in America and worry about them kids dying, Concrete? Why don't you leave the gym right now, go find your nearest Planned Parenthood, and go leave the gym right now, go find your nearest Planned Parenthood, and haul to the moon like the monkey that you are in front of that Planned Parenthood.
Why are you so full of hate, bro? What's wrong with you? Get off the drugs,
You gotta kill this crew.
Stop hating yourself. Stop hating the world.
The grown.
You're advocating for God to be wrong. You're weird, bro.
I have a question for Concrete.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adams, get some help, bro. You're advocating for children to be killed.
Concrete, can I ask you a
Get some help, bro.
question?
Concrete supports abortion.
Adams, please let me ask him a question.
You're a liar. Why would you lie like that?
Concrete,
Why
I
would
have
you
a
lie?
question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
Or do you not allow women talk? If you don't want me to talk, that's fine. I don't know.
I don't know. Go ahead, Sarah. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay. I have a question. Are you talking regarding the title, Israel versus Iran? Are they killing the children in Iran?
I'm asking Adams about his statement.
No. You keep saying that you keep saying that Israel is killing kids.
Just to be clear, I said a statement of indifference. Okay, a statement of indifference. That means I don't give a shit. The same way that I don't think twice about wiping my ass after I take a shit is a lack of care that I give a fuck about them kids in Gaza.
Is there anything you can do about this weirdo? Why do y'all enable this fucking weirdo? Something's wrong with him. Why do y'all let him be your attack dog?
Matt, this is how these monkeys are. They want you to take a side.
Why do you do this?
Hold on.
That's because they agree with it.
He didn't answer. He just wants to say Israel bad, they kill children, and he doesn't answer.
I was talking about Adams. I didn't say anything about Israel.
You were just talking about
Are you not paying attention, monkey? They just asked you a question. What's that got to do with me?
He did say Adams. He did say Adams. He didn't say about Israel.
Tony, get your lips off of his shaft for a second. Sarah was talking to Concrete.
Yo, Adams is really messed up, man. Can we mass report Adams so he can get off this?
Matt, he's encouraging people to report them.
Hey.
Is there something wrong with him?
Throw him out.
Y'all do something about him, or what? This is crazy.
Concrete, chill out, dude. Go ahead, Sarah.
Concrete.
Can you tell him to chill? This is crazy.
You said in the room that Adams support bombing of children. So you just said
yes.
something. The topic is about Israel versus Iran. So you're telling me that Israel is bombing children in Iran right now? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm asking you.
I think Adams supports the bombing of children when he.
I don't support shit. I said I didn't give a shit. You trying to force me to give a shit about something I don't care about, Concretia. Rest your neck and stop shaking your hoop earrings. Open your monkey ass ears. Report me for what? Report me for what? Report me for what? You started talking, I didn't even go after you. You could have came up on stage, I could have said, grab a rope and find a tree. Okay, I didn't say any of that, Concrete.
Concrete, you're better than that. You don't want to report people. That's ridiculous.
No. I sent him to
That's some weak bullshit.
He's a rap bitch.
Look, I sent him to audience. It makes no sense to make such extreme claims. You know, like this is how propagandas are actually spread. Going from one room to another one and then lying. Adam supports children's getting bombed in a room that the title is Israel versus Iran. So I don't know who told you children are getting bombed in Iran, but from what I know, even the government of Iran hasn't released a number of casualty of civilians, which tells me it must be very, very low.
That's true, by the way.
And talking to our friends and families, you have to understand my mother lives in Iran, my siblings live in Iran, my friends live in Iran, my entire family lives in Iran, okay? Talking to them, nobody knows anyone who knows anyone who knows anyone who knows anyone who's been killed. So stop with the propaganda. Like, you guys need to stop doing that. That is not okay. Only because you guys hate Jews and you guys, like, hate Israel, you can't do that. Like, just be fair. Just say I'm racist. I'm anti-Jew. Like, why do you guys make up stuff?
That's a great question. Does anybody's opinion matter that's over there at this point? I mean, it seems like everybody just discredits anybody that's actually living it over there. I think that's what Adams was pointing out earlier, too, especially on the Israeli side of things.
Yeah, the loudest ones in opposition to Israel are a bunch of shower cap wearing nappy gorillas. Like, that's, you don't ever hear anybody from Iran coming up in here and say, please stop bombing us. You don't hear anybody in Gaza coming up in here and saying, please stop removing Hamas. Like, it's all bullshit. Like, I'm tired of it. We see you. We see you sitting there in your 4C hair, nappy-headed as hell, okay, swiping your food stamps at the grocery line with that shower cap on in fucking public. We see you.
So Sarah, you just literally just said Concrete and whoever was racist, but you clearly just heard a racist remark come from Adams. It's kind of like
excuse me, Porch Monkey. What language do you speak? Okay, what did I say that was racist?
Everything just came out your mouth. What you talking about?
What do you mean everything? I think you need to open up your monkey ears. Okay, I did not say anything to racist.
Black guy to not use the N-word, nor can I tell them not to say monkey, nor I can't tell him anything. He's black.
But you say it's racist.
To a white person and then fight with him. Go grab a black person to come tell him something. It's the same thing that we get upset when non-Iranians.
I got just a lot of monkeys and black, bro.
But you can still say
if you're gonna. Monkey don't just mean black.
Thank you. There's a difference between a black person and a monkey. The difference, like the same thing, like there's a difference between a black person and a nigger. Like it's the same thing.
You can still call him a racist though.
I disagree. I think it's more like black people and like monkey would be like I don't know, bonobo versus a chimpanzee.
Oh my god! Oh god!
In other words, yeah, okay, I get it.
Oh shit! This room is wild to the motherfucker.
Y'all obviously support racism.
No, you don't know the definitive difference. Y'all didn't hear that white lady in the playground? Okay, there is a difference. There's a difference, and that's why she rose over $1 million. Because America knows that there's a difference. People aren't falling for your typical monkey bullshit. Y'all are not going to keep getting away with this shit. Anytime I call you a monkey and you equate it to black people, you are the one calling black people monkeys.
Well,
did y'all see that funny meme where it was like,
y'all are very hypocritical in this room.
I ain't gonna count. See, I call white people monkey all the time, so that's why I'm kind of indifferent.
Come on.
No, y'all literally just put somebody down.
I mean, to be fair, we all like evolved from apes. If I recall correctly, we're all part of the great ape species. So
yeah, but some of these motherfuckers.
Some of us, some of those who wear shower caps in public, we do not belong to the same species.
I think that's what they call a missing link.
Y'all just call some of those Irish and concrete racist. But clearly, the only person saying some racist, negative shit is Adams.
What did I say that was racist?
Bro, no, everything that came out your fucking mouth that she called concrete racist, he said nothing racist.
I just breathed 4 times in a row. Was that racist?
Bro, y'all is hypocritical.
But if I'm a mouth breather, does that make me racist?
Y'all is very hypocritical. No, y'all hypocritical.
Is this a different topic change we're doing here, guys?
No, I'm talking about that bullshit.
Get over it, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
What bullshit? Hold on. This is the same man that has fuck ICE in his profile. Are you worried that you're going to get deported? Huh, Tony?
My parents got their citizenship, so fuck you.
Oh, okay. All your tias, abuelitas, and primos, all of them have green cards?
Don't mind business, Bob.
Oh, I see. So your grandmama's getting chased through the laundromat by ICE, and now you want to say fuck ICE. Thank you. Right. Your auntie just got chased through the bodega last week, and now all of a sudden ICE is the problem. So instead of you sitting up on Clubhouse, why don't you help your people, your familia, fill out their immigration paperwork? And you talking about the time that we're wasting on Clubhouse?
The fuck? What
the hell? What the hell?
Y'all hypocritical. That's what I said.
What the hell, gringo?
To one person's actually being racist in this shoot.
Getting chased through the laundromat is crazy work.
That's what I'm about to say.
That is crazy.
Whoa! Abuelita didn't even have time to fold her towels. I said, we gotta go.
Oh my God. I love Clubhouse.
Never delete
But I'm just curious. Are there any people on stage that do support the mullah or the IRGC?
Run, mullah, run.
I mean, well, their agents were here, but then once I stopped them, they just started running out.
Wait, are the Iranian leadership on the run? Where are we on that? Where are they?
They're hiding in a bunker 10 miles beneath the surface of the planet.
We don't know where they are, but I can tell you
That's why we don't know where they are. They down there in a subterranean refuge.
I can tell you guys, it's the stuff they did today in Tehran is like pretty fascinating. So they actually bombed majority of the detention centers where they kidnap our children and women for protesting for freedom and rape and torture. They just they dismantled a lot of these facilities today. That's why I get so angry, and I raise my voice when I hear people trying to defend IRGC just because they hate Jews. Like, I don't understand that. It's like, just be honest. Say I hate Jews. I don't like Israel. Like, don't drag Iran into your psychosis.
No one came to your room and said they hate Jews. Not one person came here and said that.
Well, they're not going to say that, so they have to just say that.
Oh my God!
They just have to say. What do they have to say? They have to come and say.
Did you notice?
I also just want to say this one thing before you guys go on. Great avatar, El Normo.
Thank you, Gildas.
So if you notice, they don't come in and say they hate Jews. What they'll do is I'm just America first. I've never heard Palestinians say they're America first, but now they're America first just because they don't want Israel to get any weapons or anything like that.
But why are you not going based on what someone says? You're making assumptions. It's crazy.
Well, no, because I can tell they're full of shit. These people don't like America. They're not America first.
I'm saying is you're creating a narrative based off assumptions.
You just did the same thing when you called me a racist.
That is some absolute bullshit, though. How many times do we have to listen in America to fucking black people talk about microaggressions
and racism when nobody said anything directly racist. But now when it comes to Jews, we gotta wait for an actual insult. Shut the fuck up.
That's not my favorite. Long time no here, Brent. Long time no here, Brent. Glad to have you back.
Everybody that came on here to had a real conversation.
Someone said he's the missing link.
Yeah, y'all never.
We were having a real conversation with a real life monkey on stage, and that's why I said it.
I think you get people that aren't anti-Semites, like I don't know, Pierce Morgan. You have like Israelis, like they'll like it was former Prime Minister Omer that was on like Ezra Klein's podcast, and he had a lot of bad shit to say about how Israel's handling it now. Like there's those kinds of topics, but that's regarding Gaza, which I can kind of see. There's some, I can understand like there's fair points on both sides, but Iran, Iran has literally always been the enemy of the United States.
Not always.
Oh yeah, let me take that back. Since the revolution, they've been
1979.
Yes, they had our yes, and so been our enemy ever since, and they are absolute shit starters. Like they hate all of the other Muslim countries, and they fucking hate Israel. Like nobody wants them.
To America.
I just want to say one funny thing, y'all, and then I'll shut up. All right, so there's this guy, Mohammed in Gaza on Twitter, and he said, Gaza Strip is in complete blackout. No internet, no phone signal, no way to call for help. And then someone else retweeted it and said, this tweet was delivered by carrier pigeon.
Well, it's true for most of Gaza, actually.
Why do they say yes to America? Why do they say that?
Because they fucking hate us. I'm sure the fact that we're allies with Israel makes it worse, but
like if I'm neutral or I'm not trying to support them or the American empire's expansion, and I'm just trying to go to work and feed
because Gildas, they don't have the Kardashians, they don't have 5-lane freeways, and it's not acceptable in their country to go to Walmart wearing a shower.
Did you say they don't have Kardashians?
That's the reason why they're mad.
I actually wish the Kardashians lived in Iran. Like those bitches need to cover up, and they probably deserve to get flogged in public and shit. Maybe
we want to be the regional superpower, Gildas, and the opposition to that is Israel and the United States and other Arab countries, other Muslim countries.
What do they say? The little Satan and the big Satan, right?
Yeah, they call Israel the little Satan, because it does the bidding of the big Satan. The US.
Oh my God, man! Can I go over? Can I go to Iran and visit and chill?
You can actually go, yeah. You can.
So would it be fair to say
you
that
could go, Gildas? You just can't get out.
And they look at the Arabs as like scum.
A lot of people go actually, like posted on YouTube on a trip.
And they hate Arabs. That's the other thing.
They need. It sounds like they need some freedom over there in Iran. They need a little.
Yeah, they
freedom.
don't want it though, man. I swear, I'm convinced they don't want that shit.
No, okay, now on some serious shit. Let's be clear about this, guys. Do the people want freedom and the regime doesn't, or the people support the regime?
No, the people don't support the regime, but I'm surprised they haven't revolted.
Jack, people don't support the regime.
I know that.
This is what the regime does. Hold on. If you go and peacefully protest, and they feel like it's like at a point where it's getting serious, they will arrest the protester. They will rape them. They'll bring their mothers, sister, brothers, kids in front of them, and they rape them and they torture them. This is like, I'm not exaggerating.
I understand, and you can't peacefully protest the regime.
Jack,
You need to organize and get armed.
They shoot people. They stop
100 million of you guys.
Jack,
what's the resistance called in Iran?
Jack, please, shut up. Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, go ahead.
Jack, please. With all due respect, you have never been lived in a dictatorship, so
you don't know where I've lived. Respectfully, you don't know where I lived.
You live in America, right?
I live in America now. Yeah, I grew up in America, but you don't know where I've lived. Lived under civil war.
Please don't come back. Please don't come back. Mail back your passport. Please don't come back.
Over there in Iran, can women and gay people own property and businesses?
They actually weirdly
they just
have
go-
trans
they just-
people there.
Can they own businesses?
Yeah.
It's
A
like
woman
donuts.
can have. It's not like Afghanistan. Women can go to school. They can, have stuff, own things. It's a lot. It's a lot
And I'm
different.
genuinely asking, like, sincerely.
And I'm genuinely answering to you.
Okay,
It's a little bit different because Persia, the old Iran, it's been around for 2,000 years of culture. So no matter how hard these, ayatollahs have tried to destroy that culture, they haven't been able to.
But Sarah, would you agree that it's like time is now or never, right?
Well, it is the time, but we just have to wait and see how things are going to unfold. All I'm saying is, once you see Iranian on TV inside Iran, they're marching with anti-Israel, commands and saying to stop bombing us, then people can get involved and say, oh, they're bombing children and women, because they're not. And I'm not, listen, I was never pro-war. I was never pro this to happen, because in every war, there's going to be people dying, right? But it's just one of those unfortunate situations. And now that it has happened, I can tell you people are behind Israel. Like, it's just, Jack, it should tell you, I'm not kidding you. People of Iran trust Israel government more than their own.
I believe you. I believe you.
No one's hiding.
100%.
People are not hiding. I talked to a friend of mine who owns one of the big shopping center, like it's a big high rise that's like for cell phones and stuff. Because they've told the building they have to empty the building, right? And I told my friend, and my friend's like, oh no, around us there's a lot of the government, like, I don't know what we call it, like their FBI and CIA, those kind of locations and stuff. He's like, they asked us to empty it, so if they, like, he said, I don't know what's going on, but they're not going to be hitting our building. They just want people not to be in the building when they're hitting whatever's around it. This is what Israel's doing, and then Iran, IRGC, I shouldn't even say Iran, and then IRGC is like literally bombing civilians right now. And then people still argue, Iran deserves to have a nuclear weapon. Why can't Iran have a nuclear weapon? Well, no, they don't deserve to have a nuclear weapon.
For me, Sarah, I don't even actually mind if Iran had one. I think they would act rationally with it. But I think where they would act irrational is who they might give nuclear weapons to. Right, that's more of my concern. If they're going to be giving them to the Houthis,
so just out of curiosity,
that's
Jack,
going to cause destabilization for sure.
Just out of curiosity, Jack.
Let me ask him. Let me do this on your behalf. Let me do this. So you're saying rational, right, Jack? Was October 7th rational because that was IRGC was behind that? Was anything rational about October 7th and what happened?
Well, this is the thing. If you can have a nuanced discussion about October 7th, rational or irrational, right?
Could you start with yes or no?
With October 7th is, I don't necessarily believe the way that it actually was executed was necessarily the plan of exactly what happened.
Jack, you don't believe that. Jack, you don't believe that. Iran cheered it. Listen, Iran cheered it on national TV. They didn't do it.
I want to respond though.
I know, but
I agree. Listen, Sarah, Iran, or the IRGC, I should say, cheered it on, definitely, and even trained Hamas on how to build rockets and all this stuff. Do I think Iran wanted October 7th to happen? Honestly, don't believe so, because wait, let me finish. Sarah, can I make my point, and then you can tell me why my points are wrong? Because the problem is Iran needs Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, right? And if Hamas and Hezbollah both get their heads cut off, and if Bashar in Syria also see what's happening, bro? You're acting like a snowflake right now, and I'm just trying to get my point off. You're acting just like the liberals. You're acting just like the liberals.
I know, that's just a personal attack.
That's crazy.
Okay.
You won't even let me finish. You won't let me finish.
No, I want you to finish.
I didn't say anything.
I'm helping you. I'm helping you.
No, I'm not going to listen to shit you say.
You said that Iran was rational.
No, I'm not listening to shit you say.
I know you're not listening.
It's simple, man. I don't do this liberal bullshit that you're pushing.
You're not being honest.
Finish. Jack, make it
I'm about to finish.
Well, but
Iran, the last thing Iran is...
Was it rational?
Iran,
Jack?
Jimmy, do something, man. Like he's censoring me because I don't know why.
No, I'm not censoring
He
you.
went on mute. He did go on mute. Just go ahead, Jack. Go.
So Iran, they're a false hero to the Hezbollah, the Hamas, Palestinian cause, all this shit. They really just need them to threaten Israel so that Iran can use that against the U.S. And when October 7th happens, of course Israel's going to try to destroy Hamas. They're going to try to destroy Hezbollah, and Bashar is going to be weak and flee. And that's exactly what happened. So it's actually a net loss.
Okay, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now. So the first claim was from Sarah that they shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. And then Jack replied that they would handle the nuclear weapon rationally. And then Sarah said, well, was October 7th rational? And the answer is, of course not. But I don't know why you couldn't say that, Jack. It wasn't. They didn't mean it. It was an accident. They just came upon all those women dancing at the Nova Festival and raped them and put bullets in their head and cut them to pieces and murdered pregnant women and kidnapped little babies. It was an accident. Okay. So when you have a vicious, by the way, you claim to be a Palestinian, Jack, and fair enough. They sent your people to their death, and you know it, and they know it. They sent the Palestinians to their death because you know very well what Israel's going to do when the Palestinians come and attack their innocent women and children. They're going to massacre them, and they're going to fight them. So Iran isn't acting rationally. Iran wants to kill your people and my people and Christian people. And that's why Iran killed 650,000 Syrians in Syria, with the hands of Assad. You know that. That's a genocide, Jack. Iran has said they want to commit genocide against Israel. They didn't hide it. They said it outright. We listen to them when they tell us they want to commit genocide against Israel. Iran killed 350,000 in Yemen, Jack. That's not rational.
These emotional arguments are boring.
Yeah, not emotional. I'm telling you facts about what they did.
This is so boring.
I'm telling you facts about what they did.
One-sided emotional arguments is boring.
No, there's nothing. There's no emotion.
Yeah, they're just crazy people who did something for no reason. We got it. Israel is innocent, virgins, right?
Never said that.
So, okay, then what the fuck? Why are we listening to your stupid narratives?
Your one-sided narrative. I haven't spoken in a long time, and I'm going to keep going.
We don't care. We don't care.
I don't care.
Emotional appeals are boring.
So Iran commits genocide all the time. And they want to commit more genocide. And you think they're going to be rational with the nuclear bomb. Make it make sense.
I'll tell you.
350,000 black people in Yemen. Black Sunni Arabs in Yemen. 350,000. 650,000.
How long is he going to go for, man?
In Iraq. Why? You can't handle it now?
It's called grandstanding.
We're going to massacre you because we're big badasses. And you hurt our feelings. They did mean things.
We're badasses. You're badasses.
It's one word that I said wrong. One word.
You're badasses. You're all badasses.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. No. Tell me. There's one word that I said wrong.
I'll tell you multiple words.
No. So start with one.
Wait. Fuck the IRGC, but I'm not going to blame them for October 7th and planning, and they did this shit. No, Hamas did it. Hamas was in charge of October 7th.
Trained and funded by Iran.
Shut up, Norm. Let him go. Shut up,
I'm
bro.
not going to shut up.
Please. Shut up.
Trained and funded
You're a fucking therapist if you can't handle these conversations. Just log off, bro.
Trained and funded.
Log off. Log off, Norm, if you can't handle the conversation.
People to the audience, if you guys don't handle your mic,
Can you moderate
you can't
that?
understand anything.
Can you moderate, please?
I'm just saying, if people keep doing this, if you guys keep jumping, don't do this. We're not high school.
Let me reset a little bit. From what I'm gathering, we are discussing how Iran would do with nukes, right? That's the genesis of all this, right? And whether or not they're rational actors for doing that. Am I on the right path with this?
Yeah, and then I listed the multiple genocides that Iran committed.
Wait, hold on. Let me just walk this path down a little bit. So, Jack, are you stating there's more nuance to this? This is where you're going, right?
Yeah, I believe that Iran, although I don't like the IRGC at all, but like a lot of things Norm said, I agree with. and they're actually a dangerous, state, kind of like North Korea. And although North Korea is problematic as fuck, an enemy state, they're rational. Even Kim Jong-un is rational enough. Even the mullahs of Iran are rational enough not to use that nuclear weapon on another country because it's mutually assured destruction. It's a defensive thing.
They're
right?
not, Jack.
Hold up. It's just to say, don't invade my country, which causes other issues down the line. And my problem is not with the Ayatollah having this necessarily. I think he can act rationally with it. My problem is if they start giving it to their proxies. That's where my problem is, right?
So were they rational with the other genocides they committed?
Let me fucking land. They shouldn't have it for that reason. It's not because they won't act rationally in terms of using it, but because they will irrationally give it to other people.
Yeah, you already made that point.
Jack.
Okay, so here is.
You cried about Israel 1,000 times.
All right, so here we are again. Here we are again, right? Discussing how, this conversation about Iran owning nuclear power, they deserve it, right? They're one of the oldest nations on Earth, right? America is a new founded government, a little over 300 years old. They need to lead these countries along with ancient history. That's what they need to do. Secondly is, again, here goes Israel, right? It all started out with October 7th, about 3 years ago, with Hamas. Now all of a sudden it is, Iran funded them. This is all bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
Iran
Hold on. Let me
funded them.
finish.
What are you talking about?
Let me finish.
If you're uninformed, that's
Let
not
me
you.
finish.
If you're uninformed,
hold on,
you're
Aaron.
ignorant.
El Normo, shut up.
Hold on. So
I
here
pass on your
Shut up.
comes See, this is why these conversations never become genuine.
Yeah.
And people who side with the Jewish
Shut up, El Normo.
Shut
Shut up, El Normo.
No, I'm not going to. I pass on your offer.
People who side, look, he's making every case.
Go fuck
He's
yourself.
making every case for
Respectfully.
why people don't like Jews now. He's making every
Don't
case
give
for why
a
people
shit.
don't like Jews
Don't
now.
give a shit.
He's making.
Can we
And
get
I know
moderators
you
to
don't
let
care.
I don't care.
Right? But guess what? Since you don't care, you and everybody that's
I don't
Jewish that
care
thinks
that
like
you're
you.
a
Shut up, El Normo. Shut up, El Normo. Shut up, El Normo.
No fucking way am I going to
This
shut up.
country that they call Israel is jeopardizing the lives of Americans, right? By what they're doing, and America siding with them on a genocide, number one.
Man, fuck them Palestinian bitches, bro. What the fuck
Right?
are you screaming
And
genocide for?
then I know another nigger, right? We got a nigger off his
Nigga, your daddy's a nigger.
We got a
Your
nigger
grandpa
off his
is a
mic.
nigger.
Oh,
Your grandpa is a
oh,
nigger
oh,
with a shovel. Thug, don't fuck with me, boy. I will
We got
stick
a
your ass
nigger off his mic.
Shut up, boy.
He's racist on the stage. What
Nigger, monkey boy.
I know.
Over here calling me a nigger because of some staff bitches.
This isn't racist. They're all black. Like this is.
It ain't racist, bro. It ain't racist. Monkey boy. This monkey boy goes, shut up, boy. This monkey nigga thug.
Look at what happens when I'm just trying to make a submission and get out.
No,
of the
you
way.
call me a nigger,
Because I
you
already
bitch.
know
You are a bitch nigger. You are a bitch nigger. And you will watch your mouth when you speak to me,
You
bitch
and
boy.
your mother and father
These are
birthed
the
you,
top
nigger.
topic, bitch.
Your
I will
mother
sell your mama, nigga. I will sell your mama, nigga.
and father birthed
Nigga,
you,
I will
nigger.
stroke your mama, nigga.
Your
I will
mother
stroke your
and
mama, nigga.
father birthed
I like
you,
them
nigger.
old. I like them old. I like them old, thug. I like them old. Bring your mama to me, nigga. Shut up, bitch. And like I said, fuck them Palestinian fuck niggas. Fuck them dirty sad bitches. I hope Israel shoot the fuck out their ass. And any dirty nigger might that don't like you, nigga, can go suck their mama motherfucking old crusty razor brand titty, nigga.
So let me ask Doug something here, because I know we're getting a little wild in here. Has Israel showed restraint with using their nuclear weapons? Are they a rational actor, Doug?
They are irrational to the fact that they are attacking countries that have nothing to do with October 7th.
nuclear
This is what. Hold on a second. Hold on. Israel doesn't have a nuclear weapon. America gave them a nuclear weapon. Let's get that straight.
You
They
don't
don't
have
have
any evidence of that.
They don't have one. There is no nuclear. There is no nuclear reactor in the countries of Palestine or in the other portions of the West Bank, Gaza, or anywhere on that island there. They call Israel. There is no nuclear reactor. There is no nuclear reactor in that region. So
are you sure?
there is no nuclear reactor in Are you you sure?
Another dirty slave.
Absolutely.
Who told you that?
Don't like him.
Another dirty bitch.
So Matt, like I was saying, bitch. Fucking. So Matt, like I was saying.
What's happening, cuz? It becomes more painful. We can't let Thug finish, you guys. Come on. Let's go, Thug. Let's go.
Right. So, Matt, like I was saying, it's just that I don't know what kind of narrative people are painting with this bad actors or restraint with the weapon, and they're not, they have all this discipline on. It's just another propaganda machine of how the Jewish lobby just tries to spin this whole narrative of what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to get rid of the entire Arab world in the region in order for them to be safe and ultimately take over the oil reserves in Saudi Arabia. That's what this shit is ultimately about.
When did they do that?
To that point, though, they could just use their nuclear capabilities, right, to remove any Muslims.
No, they can't. They can't do that. They can't do that.
Oh.
That would start.
Why
that
not?
That would create. They can't. If Israel tries to use a nuclear weapon, you can say goodbye to America.
But they've been restrained, then, is what you're saying, right? They never used a nuclear weapon.
No, they haven't been restrained. America knows that they're going to feel the blunt.
They've threatened it a couple times, actually.
So when did they use their nuclear weapon?
Doug, for a country that you supposedly says hates Muslims, this being Israel, they could have really done some serious damage with what they have. And I'm just trying to conceptualize why they haven't used all the evilness that you're saying Israel has. I know that sounds like really a simple comment or a statement, but it really does come down to that. For a country that is being deemed as a country that's supposed to hate a certain group of people or at least remove a certain group of people, they sure aren't really doing that to that extent. I mean,
let me explain a little bit.
I'm learning.
Matt, you gotta think, right? You gotta think like this, Matt. This is how I think. Number one, the country that they call Israel is a small country. They don't have a military large enough to attack all of these other countries that they've already attacked already. So now you have to be able to surmise that where is this military coming from for them to be able to do all of this, right? Don't say drones. Don't say that there is still an arsenal of weaponry that has to be enacted by a military in order for them to even carry this out. America is behind the scenes using Israel as a proxy to get rid of these. Whatever the deal was, whatever America shook with these Zionists to get this job done. Right? Whatever America agreement that they made with Israel to get this done, I wish I was the fly on the wall to hear it. But that's what's going on.
So do you think without U.S. support, Israel wouldn't exist?
Exactly.
If without U.S. support, there would be no such thing as a Jew. If there was not such thing as Israel, not just a such thing as Israel, there would not be a Jew left on the planet if this not for American support.
That's stupid.
But if Israel ever did use a nuke, it would be mutually assured destruction, right? Like after, let's say you bomb Saudi Arabia, you bomb Iran, I think even Pakistan came out and said if the Israelis nuke Tehran, we'll launch a nuke on Israel, and they have them. I think that's what every country knows. As soon as you get this weapon, you can never really use it. It's really just to make sure I got this thing under this ace up under my sleeve, and I'll use it if you make me.
But Jack, isn't the thinking, and you can completely correct me, but isn't there a martyrdom case to be made? I mean, they are supposed to kill the infidels at the end of the day, right? In a certain sense. So I mean, like, there's no rational reason for them to be like, oh, okay, well, if I use it, then some other country's going to use it on me. Because we have a different way of thinking. Right? Obviously, there's a thinking like that, right?
Well, actually, not that. With Shia Muslims, it's not necessarily that.
That's a little different, but
it's a little different. But also, you got to understand, these guys are, probably some of the most. The IRGC is probably some of the most corrupt people on the planet. Not in terms of just money and power, but also principles. You know what I mean? Like, their core interest is to retain power and spread their influence and make more money and get more of that power, right? And they know that if they ever used one of these nuclear weapons, it's game over.
So you hit on something very key there. So their main interest is to just make sure to repel the people like or countries like Israel or anybody else that would come to hurt them that way, right? That's the whole essential reason to have nukes. Is that kind of where you're going and your rationale behind that? Yeah.
Listen, even Saudi Arabia, if Saudi Arabia doesn't want Iran to have nukes, right? Because they're regional rivals, and Saudi Arabia has been trying to play it diplomatically lately. Last couple of years, they've made good on relations again. They've got embassies now. They're trying to cool the tensions, but if Iran gets one, then Saudi Arabia needs to get one, and then the domino effect ensues. And so there's a lot of issues there, but Iran they want that weapon for a defensive weapon. They have other weapons for offense, but the nuke is a defensive thing.
And you had mentioned that you're more afraid of it being leaked to a proxy group, right?
Yeah, if they give it to the Houthis or they give it to Hezbollah, we have a big problem here,
Would it be the Houthis, you said? I don't even know what group it would be.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
There was actually reports recently about, the IRGC wanting to give the Houthis a nuclear weapon or holding it or something, and that kind of thing is extremely irresponsible and would just cause, the nuclear weapon is the golden prize. You have to be trusted to have one of these, and if everyone has them, and everyone starts getting them, especially non-state actors, then we're fucked.
So then that means it's abuse of power. So did not Israel use abuse of power of bombing 75% of infrastructure in Gaza and committing genocide by cutting off water, food, and aid for the past 3 months? Is that not abuse of power?
Okay, hold on. This room is about Israel versus Iran. I'm not letting you guys hijack it. There are literally rooms about Gaza. You can go there and just entertain yourself. So
let's not talk about the bad side of Israel.
Okay, well then let me ask you one question.
Two different countries.
Let's not talk about the bad stuff of Israel.
Let me ask you this one question then. You already made your point. Let me ask you a question. Why did Netanyahu say 3 times from 2005, 2010, and the 90s kept saying Iran was months away from having a nuclear weapon? Why did he keep pivoting?
And every time they stopped them. Because every time they were. Right now, let me tell you something. Even if right now, today, if Israel just destroys all these facilities, all these missiles, everything they have with the head of these people, in 2 years, 2 to 5 years, IRGC will just rebuild everything. The only way this shit will end is if IRGC is gone.
So Sarah,
you know why they won't change? Because they are Shia Muslims. Their last imam has gone missing, and he's supposed to come back. And they're supposed to keep the land for their imam to come back and take over the world. That's why they say death to Israel, because they're supposed to kill Jews. That's why they say death to America, because America's their enemy of their God. Okay? So stop with this bullshit nonsense. Seriously, you guys are just exhausted. We're exhausted.
Okay,
Iranians are exhausted. Israelis are exhausted. Jewish people are exhausted. We're tired of this. And then you guys have your nose sticking everything.
Americans are
just
exhausted
like you know everything.
too, by the way.
We're motherfuckers paying for it. So what you mean?
Americans are exhausted from giving you money.
Stupid ass Israel. You ask us why we gotta pay.
Yeah.
We gotta pay because we paying for this shit, nigga.
No, we're anti-war. We don't want any war.
No, we gotta pay for that shit.
Sarah, I want to tell you something real quick. We support the people.
If there is peace in Middle East, if there is peace, if IRGC is gone, there will be peace.
We have to get rid of Israel. It's not IGC. It's Israel.
I'm not going anywhere.
We have to
The
get rid of
Zionists in Israel. The Zionists.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Israel is going to go.
Zionist. Yes, the definition of Zionist for you and me is different. I'm an Iranian girl, Muslim Iranian, and you're calling me Zionist.
You're not
because
Muslim,
what you
though.
know,
You said Islam was the worst. What are you talking about?
it is the worst. I got lashed.
Okay, you're not Muslim. I'm just saying. Let's be clear.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
You just said you're a
Telling
Muslim
me I'm
girl.
Muslim or not. You're telling me what I am and what I'm not.
You're saying you can't lie to
If you open your fucking mic one more time, I'm going to remove you from tell people what the religion is or is not.
You'll have to agree.
It's like trying to tell a Muslim woman who was raised in Iran that what they are, what they're not. You know what? I'm done with you. Go down to the audience.
Sarah, please mod me.
I can't do that. This is Matt's room. But I did send him down to the audience because he's just an absolute troll.
So
we're tired. America's tired of it. Okay, then what's wrong with having peace? Because if there's peace there would be no war.
So,
if there was no IRGC, there is no way for them to support.
No, if there is no Israel, there would be nobody crying
you
about
say that
anything.
because you're anti-Jewish.
He is. He already says that. He knows. But here's my question to the people: if you could separate yourself from, your Israel, hate in that way, are you opposed for those people wanting a regime change? It's totally two separate issues. If you want to treat it that way, if you just take Israel kind of out of this picture, are you for a regime change on Iran? That's the question.
Okay, so here's the answer. No, I'm not in for regime change. Who are you to say that this regime needs a change of a people who are more ancient than you, right? And we're talking about the Jew, right? The Persians, who the Iranian people, who they are, has an ancient history. Israel does not. Who are you to say that these people need to have a regime change when you have co-opted a whole ethnic person's country of Palestinians? You don't have the right to do that.
Because Islamic Republic is not a part of our culture. That's it.
They call the Persian Empire back in the Old
Israel
Testament.
is not.
Talking about, dude? The Old Testament.
To suggest that Israel is not ancient is ridiculous.
Israel is not ancient at all. Neither are the people who call themselves Israeli. Menachem Begin, right, is from Poland. He's not Israeli. He was not even called it. There was no one called Israeli during the creation of the IDF in 1947. Where was the Israel? No one had the identity of Israeli during this occupation. So why are you sitting up here talking about Israelis have an ancient history? You're a liar.
Okay. I had to send this guy to the audience, Matt. I can't sit here and have
stop
people
everybody who disagrees with you. That's a great way to have a conversation.
He said IRGC, the regime of Iran, that he's anti removing the regime because Iran's culture has been around for 2,000 years. They do not represent Iranians. They have been in
power. Why is he not allowed to have that position?
Because
you can be wrong, you can disagree, but why would you push him down?
You can't spew
You basically don't want anyone to disagree with you.
Why don't you let another Iranian man talk? Well, you tell me what you think. I don't know this guy.
Oh my God.
You don't like that.
Matt, I've never heard you speak before, but now that I have, just go back on mute, bro.
Okay, every time you're off mute, you're stupid anyways. But the point is that you're not allowed to talk about whatever other people are going through because you're not there. So that's just the way that goes. And that's just the way it is. You guys speak out every day on this.
Like, how old are you, bro?
About all your plights and stuff like that. Why are you hitting on me?
Matt, no, I want to know. I want to know how old you are, so I can know how long you've been in this state of like.
Yeah, you just mind more.
How long you been? This childish?
Go get a drink.
Do you have some childish trauma where they call it arrested development?
Get off the meds. Go back to chill.
You have arrested development, man?
Sergeant, I have a question for you. So, when Trump says no to this particular move, as per the article, what do you think? How do you think America can help Iran from the regime?
I don't know. What do you mean by saying no? Is it saying no? You can't.
No. Okay. So when Israel. Okay. So based on the article, I'm just saying. So when Israel wants to assassinate Khamenei, right? So, and Trump says no to that, meaning he wants a deal, right? So let's say Iran, as a collective country, makes or agrees to give up the nuclear program, right? Which is obviously under the Khamenei's administration, which is the regime that Iranians hate, right? And don't get me wrong, I know a lot about Iran because I'm very closely connected with a lot of Iranians around me. And so my question to you is, how does America help Iran?
Listen,
Without a war. Let's put it without a war. I want to emphasize
we
that.
have to wait and just see how things are getting unfold. I can tell you my opinion. This is just Sarah's opinion. I have no proof for it. But the way everything has been unfolding, so precise, so organized, I do believe they know what they're doing. There's a plan. It's not just something that Israel woke up like Bibi woke up one night drunk or hungover and be like, let me go attack Iran. This is not what's going on. I do believe this has been
what?
Plan. Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why you got. You know what? I'm gonna be nice to you because you want.
No, I'm talking.
Evil.
You have no
want
respect.
Evil.
You have no respect
evil.
for anyone.
Look, I'm not gonna repay your evil.
I want evil.
Go ahead, continue to talk.
I want evil. Why don't you just mute
You're a
yourself
good
and I tell
Muslim
you what's
woman and you
evil?
talk like a man. You're a
You
good
know what's
Muslim
evil?
woman and you act like a man.
You know what's evil?
Yeah, you're a good Muslim woman, aren't you?
You know what's evil?
You're a good Muslim woman, aren't you?
You know what's evil? Evil is raping women and children, killing children. That's what.
Why you talk like a man?
That's what
Is that why you talk
IRGC
like a man?
is doing. IRGC is doing it to its own people. To its own.
Is that
people.
why you? Is that why you talk like a man?
Is that why you're defending IRGC because you're just a piece of shit Muslim?
So now you're just lying.
Sarah,
why you're doing it?
Sarah, why don't you move him down so you can finish talking?
Yeah, that's a great way to have a conversation.
See why Matt is not
Move everybody that disagrees with you down.
This is not my room, really.
You can sit here and talk about your stuff.
Sarah, did you call him a filthy Muslim?
Look at you guys depending on the white man to do everything.
Yes, I did. I didn't use
Why would you do that?
but I said a dirty Muslim man.
Matt, are we wrapping this up soon? Come on, you need to.
Attacking me.
I'm starting my live stream. You know, I'm speaking at the Klan rally tonight.
He's calling you a good Muslim woman.
You know,
No,
the Ku Klux Klan. They have asked me to be a keynote speaker.
Stop, Joe. That dude did not call me that. He told me I am not Iranian. I am not Muslim. I can't talk. Now, some non-Iranian guy is telling me what I am, what I'm not, and what my experience living in Iran has been under the IRGC. There's nothing funny about that. And when I said I was lashed in Iran under the Islamic rules, and he told me maybe you did something to deserve it. So yes, I called him a filthy Muslim.
You don't have to bring down a whole religion.
But you named him for what it is. Why are you explaining yourself, Sarah? He is filthy.
Sarah.
Tell a woman if you were lashed, then maybe you did something that you deserve it. And that's why Islam is a filthy, nasty religion. As a Muslim woman, I'm telling you, that's why it's such a nasty religion. And that's it. That's the bottom line. And it's funny because a black man who cries about my ancestors.
That wasn't a black man. That was a porch monkey. There's a difference. I explained this already.
I don't know. Someone like that same man comes and tells me that in the year of 2000, in this century, it's okay for a woman to be lashed for not covering their hair properly. And you're telling me if I called him a filthy Muslim? Muslim man, any man who thinks that's okay, or woman, is a filthy person. If they're doing it because of their Quran laws, then yes, they are a Muslim filthy person.
Okay.
So yes,
Sarah, can I respond to you?
Well, Sarah's right. I mean, when they come on vacation to Los Angeles, Sarah, a lot of them stink. I don't even think they bathe. Is there something in the Quran about them not bathing? I'm just curious.
I will just respond to her for a quick second. Sarah, first off, I agree with you. Whoever thinks it's okay for a woman to get lashed is a filthy person. I agree with you. But if Matt would have said that to me, or whoever was speaking before would said that, I wouldn't have said you are a filthy American. I would have said you are a filthy person. That's it. And you, as a woman, as a human, you have the right to subscribe and be a Muslim. And you saying that you are a Muslim, but you say it's a filthy religion. Why do you subscribe to that religion? Why don't you just leave that religion?
I'll tell you why.
She was forced.
No, because if you're born Muslim, you cannot leave that religion. So whether I think I'm Muslim or not, it doesn't matter. I'm a Muslim because I'm born in that religion. You know, we're not playing this bullshit game, Joe. I already know.
What are you talking about? Muslim is not a ethnicity, Sarah.
I was born in Islam.
So that means you don't have free will.
If I leave Islam, let me.
You have free will, Sarah.
No, the fuck you don't. If you believe in any religion, you never had free will. Because those are
No,
not free.
y'all go back to the convo.
Anyone that believes any motherfucking religion.
Come on, yeah. Let's go back to the convo.
Sarah, are you done, or you want to keep going?
No, I just want to make sure that everybody understands. Islam is not an ethnicity, okay? If you are a Muslim, you subscribe to the religion. No, if you're a Muslim, you subscribe to the religion. You are a Muslim. But if you don't fulfill the 5 pillars of Islam,
that choice. He's lying. You don't get that choice.
You know what?
If you are born Muslim, if you're born with the Muslim parents, you're Muslim, and if you leave that religion, any Muslim who kills you will go to heaven, and they're gonna get.
You're not in Iran, Sarah. You're not in Iran.
Doesn't matter. Sarah is right.
You're not in Iran, Sarah.
That's why she's still alive.
It doesn't matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna identify as Muslim till my last breath. Because then
That's
you can't
up to
call
you.
me Islamophobic and just spread. Oh, I know where you're trying to go. I'm a Muslim, motherfucker. What are you gonna do about it? I am a Muslim, and I'm gonna identify as a Muslim. You're not gonna go around and say, "Oh, these non-Muslims."
And guess what? She's gonna eat bacon and pork, and she's gonna like it. Okay? She's gonna like it.
I know that's right, girl. Get him.
I'm not talking about you, Sarah, personally. I'm just saying because the Jews, they have proclaimed to be an ethno-religious group. So that means that if a Jew is from Ethiopia, if a Jew is from Morocco, if a Jew is from Poland, it doesn't matter. He's a Jew, right? So they're an ethno-religious group. That means their culture, their religion is so intertwined.
Fuck Somalia. Fuck Somalia.
Fuck Somalia, I agree.
Okay,
Yes, fuck Somalia.
I'm not Somali.
Hold on,
Okay,
Adam.
but Islam is not an ethno-religious group. If you don't fulfill the 5 pillars of Islam, you're not a Muslim. Just
You
saying.
don't know anything about Islam. You don't know anything.
All right? Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is Khamenei the leader of Iran or the leader of the Shias?
I don't care about the leader of Iran. He's not the prophet.
You just care about getting even with Jews. We hear you. We hear you. Sarah's sitting here talking about.
No, Khamenei is the leader of Shias. Okay, so yes, Islam is a cult, and unfortunately, it is a very bad one because it pokes in every religion, it beats its woman, it rapes its woman. Name me one Muslim country that a husband that
And the children. And the children, Sarah. Don't forget.
One religion that don't.
Name one country that they have laws and it's considered crime to beat your wife. One Muslim country. Give me a name.
Turkey.
Other than Iran. Turkey is not Muslim anymore. They're modernized. Yeah. Talk about
Come on, man. She just said everybody that's born a Muslim is a Muslim, but Turkey is not Muslim. Look at her.
Turkey does not have
Turkey. She's saying Turkey is not Muslim, but everybody that's born a Muslim is a Muslim.
It is not a Muslim country. Turkey performs the most transgender surgeries in the region.
Turkey does not have Islamic constitution. You understand that?
Yo, that's crazy.
Does not have Islamic constitution.
Sarah,
They're modern Muslims. They're just modern.
Okay, Sarah, you are Muslim, but Turkey's not Muslims, right?
They don't. Turkey does not have Islamic
other side of the border.
Turkey does not have a Sharia law. Are you stupid or are you pretending to?
I thought it was this whole planet, the whole planet belong to God. So how the fuck in certain places they this religion, certain places they don't? If there's only one God, it can't be but one religion, but you stupid motherfuckers is always fighting over religion. Make it make sense.
Okay, so we have a huge Iranian diaspora that have left their country because of they had a very strict laws, Islamic strict laws. So they believe that Islam is the problem. But we other Muslims, we did not have that experience, Sarah. Please understand, you had bad leaders. You know, all the Muslim countries did not.
Then? Why did your family?
I'm not in the United States. I'm not in the United States, PP. Yeah, thank the Lord. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm in a country where I don't get robbed, where I don't get harassed by the police, where I don't see beggars living down the block from me.
Do you believe in Quran?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Put on a hijab in your country and keep your mustache and see if you don't get harassed by the.
In my country, no, I won't get harassed. Thank God. So America is not as good as you think. Okay, I don't want to go there. I've been there a couple of times.
Well, are you from a Gulf?
I don't want to live there.
Are you from a Gulf Arab country?
We're not as good as you think.
We're not like the Browns.
We're far better than you think.
Well, no, I mean, there's some that are lucky to have oil wealth, and that's pretty much all they have, because they don't innovate anything, and you know, they have to like import labor for all their important jobs as well as their menial labor, because they're lucky enough to have oil on the
oil and gas. What kind of cars do they sell?
They don't make anything.
Well, and that's because a lot of these dirty ass camel Sam Hunt wearing free